What's up, racers? Today we're filming in quite an unusual place. Here's the future headquarters of M&H Racing, currently under construction. So here's a behind the scenes of what's to come. We got 16 cars from Heat 2 that will race down our scale quarter-mile track in hopes of beating our current top speed champ, the Great Gatspeed. The Great Gatspeed was the fastest car in the first heat that we raced a couple of weeks back. But can it hold the throne for a second time? Let's get a closer look at Heat 2 and then let's get some racing going. Here are today's Hot Wheels lineup. On the west side, we got some great looking cars such as the Aston Martin and the Honda Odyssey. On the east side, we got the Corvette C7R, McLaren P1, and the Lamborghini Huracan, just to name a few. Let's get racing to find out which of these 16 cars can take on our tournament champ. On our first matchup on the west side, we got the Aston Martin DB10 versus the 2017 Acura NSX. Our first two cars are on the track and ready to race. Let's find out which one will be the first to move on to the quarterfinals. Marks, get set, go! Acura, oh, the Acura spins out, leaving the Aston Martin a clear road to victory. And the Aston Martin takes the win, moving on to the next round. Our first matchup on the east side of the bracket gives us the Corvette C7R and the 2015 Jaguar F-Type Project 7. We've got a Corvette and a Jaguar duking it out. Let's see who wins it. On your marks, get set, go! Jaguar takes the lead all the way from start to finish, and we'll be moving on to the next round. Corvette C7R is no contest for the Jaguar. We're going to see the Jaguar in the next round. In match number 2, on the west side, we've got the Porsche 993 GT2 versus the 2014 Corvette Stingray. We've got our next lineup of cars ready to go. Let's see if the Corvette can take one of their cars to the quarterfinals. Marks, get set, go! And the Corvette absolutely destroys the Porsche. The Corvette absolutely destroys the Porsche and will be challenging the Aston Martin DB10 in the next round. Our next matchup is a pretty neon one if I say so myself. We've got the F1 Racer versus the Voltage Spike. We got two great looking fantasy cars now on the track. Let's see who wins it. Marks, get set, go! F1 Racer takes the lead. Oh, and the Voltage Spike comes back. We'll have to go to replay to see if the F1 Racer truly took that win. After review of the play, the F1 Racer still crossed the finish line with a blown out tire. Therefore, we're going to see the F1 Racer in the next round. In our next race, we've got the Honda Odyssey versus the Volkswagen Caddy. These two cars are probably the last cars you would ever see on the racetrack, but now they are facing each other head to head on the Hot Wheels Raceway. Let's see who wins it. Marks, get set, go! Volkswagen takes the lead. Honda Odyssey takes it back at the last stretch. The Honda Odyssey takes the win, moving on to the next round. We've got a nice supercar rivalry. It's the Lamborghini Huracan LP610 versus the McLaren P1. Here we go. Two sick looking supercars now take the track. Let's see who's gonna win it. On your marks, get set, go. Lamborghini Huracan takes the early sprint, and the McLaren doesn't even make it to the finish line. Unfortunately, the McLaren blew its engine before it could reach the finish line. Therefore, we're going to see the Lamborghini Huracan in the next round. In our final matchup on the west side, we've got the 2015 Ford Mustang GT versus the Gazella GT. Who's gonna challenge the Honda Odyssey? It'll be either the Ford Mustang or the Gazella. Let's see who wins it. Marks, get set, go! The Ford Mustang steals the show and puts the Gazella GT to absolute shame. And the Gazella takes the last ticket on the west side, challenging the Honda Odyssey in the next round. We've got two 60s cars stealing the show in the final match of round 1. First up, we've got the 67 Chevelle SS396 and the 66 Ford 427 Fairlane. Our last two cars of round 1 duke it out. Let's find out who will challenge the Lamborghini Huracan. On your marks, get set, go! Chevelle takes the early lead and holds on to it from start to finish. The 67 Chevelle takes the final spot, putting him in a head-to-head battle against the Lamborghini Huracan. With round 1 complete, it's time to move on to round 2. 8 cars still remain in the tournament. Let's find out which 4 cars will be moving on to the semifinals. Our first quarterfinal matchup gives us the 2014 Corvette Stingray and the Aston Martin DB10. We've got an Aston Martin and a Corvette in the first round of the semis. Let's see who will win it. Marks, get set, go! And the Aston Martin takes the lead from start to finish, absolutely destroying the Corvette in the first round of the semis. The Aston Martin takes the win, moving on to the Western Conference Finals. Our next head-to-head duel gives us the 2015 Jaguar F-Type Project 7 versus the F1 Racer. We got the next set of cars on the track. Let's see who wins it. On your marks, get set, go! And the F1 Racer takes the win. The F1 Racer destroys the Jaguar, putting him a spot in the next round. In our third matchup of the quarterfinals, we've got the Honda Odyssey versus the 2015 Ford Mustang GT. We've got a very interesting matchup, a minivan versus a sports car. Let's see who wins it. On your marks, get set, go! And unsurprisingly, the Ford Mustang completely outruns the Odyssey. The Ford Mustang takes the win and will be challenging the Aston Martin in the Western Conference Finals. In our final quarterfinals matchup, we've got the 67 Chevelle SS396 versus the Lamborghini Huracan. We've got another very interesting matchup. In real life, the Huracan would absolutely destroy the Chevelle, but this is die-cast racing, so anything can happen. Let's see who will be the one that challenges the F1 racer. On your marks, get set, go. We're off. The Chevelle is outrunning the Lamborghini. The Lamborghini just comes in at a hair, but I think the Chevelle wins it. And unexpectedly, the Chevelle takes the win and will be challenging the F1 racer in the semifinals. After another epic round of racing, only 4 cars remain. The winners will be put to the test in the grand finale, and the losers will battle it out for 3rd place. Here we go. In the Western Conference Finals, we got the 2015 Ford Mustang GT versus the Aston Martin DB10. We got another great matchup ahead of us. Let's see who will be the first car moving on to the finals. On your marks, get set, go! Ford Mustang with the early lead and puts the Aston Martin to absolute shame. In the Eastern Conference Finals, we've got the 67 Chevelle SS396 versus the F1 racer. Who's gonna challenge the Ford Mustang? It'll be either the 67 Chevelle or the F1 racer. Let's see who wins it. On your marks, get set, go! Neck and neck from the start, but the F1 racer takes it in the very end. With that round ending, our finals are set. Before we race the finals, we'll have to race our losers to find out who takes 3rd place. It'll be either the Aston Martin DB10 or the 67 Chevelle SS396. It's the last round before the finals. Let's find out which car takes bronze in the tournament. On your marks, get set, go! And the Aston Martin gets the early lead and will walk away with 3rd place. We found out who wins 3rd place, but we don't know who wins the whole thing. It'll be either the Ford Mustang or the F1 racer. This is the 2nd time a Ford Mustang has been placed in the finals in M&H Racing history. So this will be really interesting if the Ford Mustang can take it. Here we go, the 2 fastest cars from each side now duke it out. We'll be doing a best of 3. Let's see who takes home race number 1. On your marks, get set, go! F1 racer, neck and neck! Oh, and the Mustang has a blown out tire, and the F1 racer takes it. The pit crew fixed the tire of the Ford Mustang and we're ready to go. We switched lanes. Let's see if the Ford Mustang can take his revenge. On your marks, get set, go! F1 racer once again goes neck and neck. Oh, and the Ford Mustang takes it at the last minute. The Mustang gave the F1 a run for its money. We're now forced into a 3rd race. We've switched lanes once again. Winner takes all. Let's see who will win it. Marks, get set, go! F1 racer gets the early lead, but once again the Ford Mustang takes his revenge. After an epic round of racing, the Ford Mustang goes down as the fastest car of Heat 2. Now his next challenge is our current tournament champ, the Great Gatspeed. Here is the current crew chief and fan club for the Great Gatspeed. Here we go. This heat's winner is put to the test with last heat's winner. We'll once again be doing a best of 3. Let's see who will take race number 1. On your marks, get set, go! Ford Mustang spins out again, and the Great Gatspeed takes it. The Ford Mustang blown a perfect opportunity to beat the tournament champ. That's the second time a Mustang blew its tire, which gave the Great Gatspeed an early advantage. The Mustang will now have to win 2 races in order to win. Can he do it? Let's find out. On your marks, get set, go! Ford Mustang with the early lead. The Great Gatspeed isn't able to catch up this time. Let's settle it. The Ford Mustang ties things up once again. It's do or die as we're forced into a 3rd race. Let's see who will win it once and for all. On your marks, get set, go! Ford Mustang takes the lead, and he wins the whole thing. Congratulations to the Ford Mustang. We got a new tournament champ. And he wins the whole... The king has fallen. Congratulations to the 2015 Ford Mustang for not only being the fastest in the heat, but also taking away the tournament champ title from the Great Gatspeed. That was definitely a fun round of racing. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like. And if you would like to see more tournament races, be sure to hit the subscribe button for new videos. We'll see you guys next time on M&H Racing.